Greetings, Linear Wexford, January 17th, day 17, Fat to Fit. I just got done working out. I was wearing a shirt because that's dumb, in my opinion. But yeah, this is today. We'll see what's going on. So today's workout's pretty good. Haven't done all my get-ups yet. I got to do some more get-ups when I'm done with this. So did some work with the 16 kilogram kettlebell. Didn't really have any pain in the back. Played around a couple sets of the 20s. I did some 5s. I did some 10s. I did a lot of. I did 100 swings total, mixtures of sets of 5s and 10s. The last 2 sets was with a 20 kilogram kettlebell, and it was 10 left, 10 right on the minute. So I set my timer for 1 minute. Did 10 left, 10 right. Waited for the minute to go off, and so every minute on the minute, blah blah blah, EMOM or whatever the hell they call it. And that felt pretty good. Then I watched, and I taped it, I videoed it, and I'm still kind of pulling back. I'm not kind of pulling back, I am still pulling back. So I'm just going to keep doing, like I said, next 15 days, very structured. I'm not going to try and do the full workout. What I'm going to try and do is work on getting good form. In the last couple sets, I'll always kind of push myself because I think that practice, and then exercise, right? Like exercise the muscle you've been practicing, and that should work out for you. Now, that being said, another thing I thought about today as I was thinking about working out and what's going on and where I'm at with this whole journey right now is one of my favorite principles or sayings or whatever, which is remember where you came from. Now, where this comes from, for me, is in my career in the past, I used to have to teach adults at about 40 years old refresher algebra. Now, I was 20-something, they were 40-something, they were coming back for some classes, and they had to learn some refresher algebra, and I had to teach to them. And we'd be going over some stuff, and I would, the quadratic equation, or just order of operations, very basic, not even algebra, but arithmetic, basic math stuff that starts with there. And if you don't use it, you lose it, right? And you exercise that. And there was one time I was teaching a class, and there was a lovely young lady in there, and I'm expressing something. I don't remember what the expression was, but it's something that I had taught the class probably, the whole time I was there, I probably taught the class 100 times. So over a 4 or 5 year period, taught this class, probably close to 100 times. And I turned around and I'm like, we've gone over this a bunch of times. And she looked at me and she's like, no, we haven't. And this is about 2 or 3 years into my my time in this job. And it dawned on me that she's right. I hadn't talked about this principle before. I had just taught the class so many times that I assumed everyone knew things. And that's something that I try to remind myself all the time. And I say, remember where you came from. Remember what it was like when you were that student sitting in that chair. Remember what it was like when you first got to a job, or when you first got to a new area and you didn't know what the roads were like and you didn't know what was going on. You didn't know any of the people there, right? At first it's very strange, and then sometimes time passes, and the next thing you know, you just know everything and assume that everyone you talk to knows everything. Oh, that's at the gas station up at the corner. That's so you go up the road where the old schoolhouse used to be, and you turn at the oak tree. I don't know where the new schoolhouse is, let alone the old schoolhouse. So that's the thing that I'm thinking about today. Remember where he came from. And when it comes to my workout and when it comes to what I'm doing here is, I've done a lot of these crazy diets before, right? I said before, I've been here before, and I'm trying to remember, what have I done before? And I will say, I've said it already, I'm still moving fast, and that's something I got to remember, because when I first did these things, I did explore them. I sat there, I had fun. I probably, when I first started this, and I said I was 240 and it takes 2 or 3 months, it might take 6 months. It might actually be a 6-month endeavor. And I always have just time dilated it to making it feel like, oh, this is only a couple of months, right? I have done that before to myself, where it's like, oh, I've been working on this for so long. And then I look at when I started, it's been like 48 hours. Feels like forever. We want things to happen fast, and in today's world, I think things happen even faster, so we expect them to happen faster. It's not always the case. So I need to remind myself to slow down. I need to remind myself that it's a journey, and I do that, and I enjoy this vlog for doing that. Look at me at 5:18 already. Yeah, this has been a really good exercise for me, recording this and putting it out there. And the reason I'm consistent with it is I think that, like I said before, I feel accountable to someone out in the ether. You know, I'm getting views. It may only be 2, but maybe it's a robot. Hope you're enjoying this, robot. Yeah. So remember where you came from. Slow down. Enjoy the journey. All right. Later.